And played really nicely, didn't he, at the US Open at LA Country Club. Big injection of confidence after that. And pretty much secures him his PGA Tour card for next season. He's excited about that.
Well, only 71 holes to go
on the
off the
tee
tee.
From South Africa, Christian Bezuidenhout.
Unbeaten on his President's Cup debut last September. He's got a terrific record so far in the Open, but he is a quality player.
That is exactly what you want to do down the first.
On the tee from Australia, Harrison Crowe.
The winner of the Asia Pacific Amateur Championship. That was last October. He's already played in the Masters and the US Open, and now here he is at the Open.
Well, that's left of the bunker. It's all about the lie now. And he's got a nice one. He'll be happy when he gets down and see that ball.
Great view of what's facing Tommy Fleetwood here at 11.
What, you're just aiming at a cloud? Well, you picked the right cloud anyway.
So to Cam Smith, and remember this one is for par.
Well, not quite for Cam. So that's an outward 9, a level par.
Koepka at the 12th.
I spoke to him earlier in the week, Brooks, and he was just so delighted and happy that he's healthy and fit again to play the game at the highest level. I think even he was worried at one time that he might not get back there.
Well, we all saw it in the Netflix series, didn't we? Scheffler.
See that? I thought that would be the difference with Scheffler and Fleetwood there, him taking the wood and being able to get it over the hump and see the flag.
Wyndham Clark. Nicely done. It's the first birdie of today for the US Open champion, so he gets it under par. And to Spieth.
Just a slight misread from Jordan Spieth. It's very rare you see him miss them by that much.
Nice roll from Tommy Fleetwood here. Oh, and they love it.
That's exactly what I said, didn't I? You have a better birdie chance getting over that hump.
Welcome to commentary, Andrew. You can only call it how you see it, can't you?
Just look at the reaction of the Liverpudlians here behind those blue ropes, or yellow ropes, sorry. There you go. Doesn't matter which football team they support him.
Well, let's see if Scheffler can follow him in. Can't miss him, can you? Siwoo Kim with an outside chance of a 2 at 9. Two under par, 3 back of the lead is Siwoo. All very neat and tidy, no drop shots today for the Korean. Here's the defending champion. He's on the 11th tee.
Well, he's not quite on it today. He's making a few birdies, but also a good few mistakes. He definitely didn't play like this last year. Beef, that's you there. That's you this afternoon, is it?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, I'm usually one of them most mornings, Tom.
I think he's on one of those newfangled foil things which lifts up out of the water. They're quite spectacular. Stuart Sink at 18.
He's in his 50s now, Stuart Sink, and that's an excellent round.
His wife caddies for him. He says it works out really well.
Par 5, 15, Jordan Spieth. This used to be the 16th hole here, and they've changed the routing a little bit down the right-hand side, but should still be able to knock it forward, miss the bunkers.
It almost doesn't matter where he ends up, Jordan Spieth, does it? You know he's going to have a chance. And so to the 18th, and let's see if Stuart Sink can close out with a birdie here for a round of 67.
Just looked like he underread that a little bit, but well, I think he's going to tap this in, and it's a great start.
One for the 50-somethings there. A bogey-free round of 68 for Stuart Sink. Lovely way to start the week. Koepka.
There he is, coming on a bit of a run here as well, and as we've seen in the past, Koepka's such a dangerous player in the majors.
Arguably the most determined player out there, isn't he? Psychologically pretty strong now that he's got over his injury problems, and back-to-back birdies takes Koepka back to level par. He is 5 behind Christo Lamprecht, the amateur champion who leads the way here at Royal Liverpool. And coming off his birdie at 11, here's Tommy Fleetwood.
A little bit out of this one for Fleetwood, so it's heading down the right-hand side.
Right.
Just got to miss the bunkers. I don't think it did. He knew it straight away where that was going.
Angle. Yep. Okay.
Heavy.
Yep.
Well, it never bodes well when you can't see anything of the ball. That's exactly what's facing Cam Smith here at 11.
The only thing that's in his favour is that he's up the left and it's kind of opened up the green a little bit.
I tell you what, if that's a long way left that off the tee. He's pretty much going in the direction of the number 11 there. I think he's just waiting for the guys to tee off the 12th tee. You can see there on your left-hand side.
Sounded like a reasonable connection, didn't it?
Yeah, he hasn't held back on that. That's not too bad of a position there. The only place he couldn't really miss that was right there.
He's working hard for his score out there at the moment, is Cam Smith. Somewhere down there is the 12th tee. And the world number 1.
Steady, steady. Oh, it's just okay. It's a really difficult driving hole, this one, because it really does push you to aim down the right side towards the bunkers, and it's really hard to try and aim further left and hit it up the left side.
Well judged from Scotty Scheffler. Look at some of the names up there. Tommy Fleetwood, Patrick Reed, Jordan Spieth. High quality. You've got the amateur champion leading the way, Matthew Jordan, of a local lad. There's Scheffler. Adam Scott's up there, the US Open champion in contention as well. We've got a Tiger here, but he's from Germany, Tiger Christensen. Poor old Lucas Herbert. He was going along very nicely, wasn't he? But I'm afraid came a cropper at the 17th. Little Eye, this new par 3 here at Royal Liverpool. Ricky Fowler level par at the moment. Last week's runner-up Robert McIntyre also on that score, along with the 2019 Open champion Shane Lowry. Pablo Larrazábal started his round beautifully, struck some exceptional shots. In the end had to settle for a 1 over par round. Richie Ramsey, he was out in that first group with Matthew Jordan and Brandon Grace, 73 for the Scot, and likewise for South Africa's Grace. Darren Clark, the man who won at Royal St George's some 12 years ago now. Oosthuizen with the poor back 9, slipping in the end to a round of 74. Bryson DeChambeau not off to a good start. He was coming into the week with plenty of confidence, felt his game was in good shape. Has not worked out for him thus far. It's the first taste of the Open for Dan Bradbury, the Joburg Open winner. Rasmus Højgaard struggling, so is the Finn Sami Välimäki.
Well, here's a nice look at the 13th hole. Pin on the left-hand side, as you can see. Played slightly downhill. It's one of those wonderful links par 3s where you can see everything. Good line. I'll have to blame the caddy for that club.
Cam Smith down in the depression to the left of 11.
This is where links gets really interesting for me. He's opted to chip it. You can putt it. There's always 2 or 3 different options you can use, and it's sometimes you can get caught in 2 minds.
Problems for Nikolai Højgaard. This one is for par at the 9th, the par 3. Bob McIntyre's in trouble as well.
Yeah, he didn't hit the best of chips, you can say, over to here. Bit of a hack, and now he's got this for par up the hill. And a little bit of work left there for bogey. Well, Tommy Fleetwood has missed the bunker. We thought he was in it. Now it's all about the lie. Pretty good angle in here.
These are ones that can be really difficult to judge, and I wonder if he's anticipating a flyer here as well.
Yeah, the tough part of this is it's up the hill and the golf course is pretty green, so it lands short. It might not bounce forward. If it lands on the green, and trickle to the back. That's an excellent shot from Fleetwood. Worked it out well with his caddy and Finnis. They love playing golf around here, hillside, West Lancs. They out there all the time, learning their link skills.
So when he started, he used to sneak onto Royal Birkdale when all the members were in the clubhouse with his dad. I think they're going to backdate bill him for green fees.
Oh, that's some shot there. That is, again, even out the rough, judging it up the hill. What a shot.
So close, wasn't he? At Royal Lytham in 2012. Got himself a good advantage with 4 holes to play, and then I'm afraid it all just went wrong. The wheels came off, and he allowed in Ernie Els.
Well, this shouldn't be the easier one of the 3 off the fairway. And you see he gets a spin because it was off the fairway. Just a little bit into the breeze, stalling on him, but still a chance.
Well, we saw the chip, and this is what Cam Smith have left himself, a par at 11. Disappointing start to the back 9. Drop shots at 10 and 11 for Smith to seem to get to 3 under par.
He's absolutely flying here. What a great start. 3 under after 7.
Yeah, he loves his Marcel. What was it? Was it Port Ross where he was up there as well, where he was giving fist pumps, or was it?
I thought it was St George's.
It might have been in St George's, but he was all over the place that week, loving every minute of it.
Lovely judgment of pace there from Brooks Koepka. And a birdie putt here for Wyndham Clark. He's seeing a little bit of left to right in this. Maybe the other way.
Great read there, Dom. It was the way he stood over the ball, wasn't it? It looked like he was aiming left.
Really enjoys the challenge of links golf, and unlike Cameron Smith, he has started birdie on the homeward journey, Wyndham Clark, so he's got it to 2 under. He's within 3 of the lead. Says he would simply love to go home for the first time since winning the US Open as a double major champion. Has been quite an amazing rise in the professional game, hasn't it, for Wyndham Clark over the last couple of seasons.
Well, this is Jason Day for birdie. Can't really see the hole. There's a head in the way. What a lovely stroke, though. It's nice to see him playing this kind of golf, Jason Day. He really dominated the game there for a short period. Then a lot of injuries. Seems to be back to some of his best.
Let's see if Tommy Fleetwood can roll this one in at 12, just over 30 feet, and
I tell you, he's hit a lot of great mid-range putts that look like they've been going in and just snuck behind. You can see that ball directly behind the hole as well.
Well, there would be no more popular winner, I think, this week than that man right there.
Pretty easy one here for Jordan Spieth. A little bit up the hill. Give this a nice roll. And he doesn't miss those when they... It's one of those, as a player, you just see the line. It's a bit up the hill. You can give it a go. And when you're as good putter as Jordan Spieth, you see nothing but holding it.
That on the leaderboard. Seam and then Jordan Spieth.
Well, you can just see the top of the flag there, left of the TV tower. He had to get that up. Oh, this is an excellent shot. What a shot from Ricky Fowler.
Well, no birdie for Tommy Fleetwood. What about Scotty Scheffler here at 12?
Again, still mid-range. I think he'd be quite frustrated where his drive ended up, having 130 yards in and sort of being that far away for a birdie putt.
Let's see if Cam Smith can find a fairway here at 12.
Up the left side again. All depends on that lie. It's a difficult driving hole, like we said.
For a much-needed birdie, Matthew Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, he had a poor Scottish Open, surprisingly, and he's not really gotten off to the start that he wanted here as well, Matt Fitzpatrick. Just struggling to find his best.
Really surprised by his pre-tournament comments. He felt a top 30 finish would be pretty good at the moment, the way he's playing. Adam Scott does make the birdie, fully deserved as well. Well, this is the 13th hole, and Patrick Cantlay.
Yeah, this hole is looking very difficult into that bit of wind to get the ball all the way back to this pin, and it's leaving players 40, 50 foot putts.
One of the holes that features on our par 3 coverage, that and the 17th. You find that through the app or the website. Oh, good heavens.
Yeah, it's just one of those things that you know, you feel like, I mean, the statistics tell you that we haven't seen a golfer like him since Tiger Woods from tee to green, and just on the greens, there's just something at times where he just doesn't quite get it right. If it's confidence or if it's a little bit of action in the hand, it's just difficult to tell.
Hold it up.
Well, 16 used to be a par 5, didn't it, before they made the changes of routing to accommodate the new 17th hole here at Royal Liverpool. Concerning news for fans of Bob McIntyre. We're hearing this is for a bogey 5 at the 11th. Remember, he's just dropped a shot at the 10th.
I mean, it's tough, you know. If you knock that in for bogey, you sometimes feel you can even gain momentum off that. Dropping a double on 11 there is it's not ideal.
All the way out to 3 over par McIntyre. Coming off the birdie at 12, Adam Scott.
Hang on. That probably just running off there has made that a little bit harder. Again, 194 yards back into that breeze, and you're trying to draw it back into that flag, and he's just overcooked it a bit there.
The average proximity to the hole here, almost 46 feet.
I'm glad your yardage book doesn't do that when I play. I'll get so nervous. All the trouble you could get into. Fleetwood on 13, looking straight at the flag. And as you say, Andrew, it's just difficult to get it back to that hole today.
Yeah, I don't think long's ideal, and you're obviously, if you're in between clubs, you're probably going to take less club and try and flight it a lot, aren't you, to get as much out of it as possible. And if you end up there, you take your 2 putts and walk off with a solid par.
It's time to collect your thoughts after, what, a 2.5 foot missed putt on the last. Nice little kick off the left-hand side there into the green.
You'd think he'd be a person that wouldn't get too phased about that, right?
I don't think many things phases him these days. He knows his qualities are from tee to green. And this is definitely a fly alive for Cam Smith out of the left-hand rough. And is it going to hang on? No, that's off. And that's going to roll a long way off. It might even roll off the fairway. Not easy from there. Eighth hole, Marcel Siem. You know, this guy deserves a lot of credit. He really rededicated him to the game, works extremely hard on and off the golf course, and he's seen the results of it in his game. You know, he's turned into a very, very solid, good player. It's a great season this year, winning golf tournaments again.
And then if it
Marcel Siem is
too far to the right, you're just chipping across. The only thing we're preventing is the short left, right?
This looks awkward. He's Seems like he's in a hole with his left foot.
He's done well there. We're going to keep it on the green. He can only hit it to that right side. He's done really well there. Good shot.
Spieth out of the rough at 16.
Yeah, he had a great line in there into the flag on 16. That's probably the better side to come in, and as you can see, he could chase it up the green. Still got to hit the shot though.
And a birdie putt here for Shane Lowry at the 11th hole. This to move back into red figures.
Let's go, Shane! Lovely, right in the centre.
Adam Scott missed the green at 13. He's going to leave himself that for par at the par 3. Definitely signs that that breeze is beginning to pick up now, isn't it? And at times just gusting slightly as well, which adds to the difficulty. Here's Henrik Stenson, the Troon champion from 2016. Well, another little change up in the commentary box, because joining Beef Johnston and myself, Dom Hollier, it's a warm welcome back to Aaron Oberholzer.
Afternoon, gentlemen. Looks like the sun's shining. The green's looking like they're maybe getting a little firmer. The golf course playing a little faster this afternoon.
Well, we saw this a short while ago from Patrick Cantlay, didn't we? Firmly hit by Fleetwood.
Yeah, as I said before, he's putting lovely. The long putting's been great. It's one of them where you just need to stay patient, and if they keep slipping by the edge, just let it be.
Frenchman Antoine Rosner, who won in Mauritius at the back end of last year, counts for this season though. Very nicely done. Let's wander back to the first tee.
This is game number 36. On the tee from the USA, Zach Johnson.
The man who won at St Andrews in 2015. The US Ryder Cup captain. Big couple of months upcoming for him. Also a Masters champion.
And played a practice round with Brooks Koepka earlier this week, so you know he's got his eye on Brooks. Obviously, Brooks is right now on that team. Prolific drawer of the golf ball, Zach, throughout his career. Didn't draw enough.
No, looks like he's sitting all right though.
On the tee from England, Matt Wallace.
Now, remember that PGA Championship? I think that was where he made a hole-in-one, wasn't it? It was quite the week for Matt Wallace. Announced himself on the world stage. Picked up his first PGA Tour victory earlier this season. Another player who's desperate to make it into the European Ryder Cup team. He's a little way off the pace at the moment, but a good week here could change all that.
I was watching him on the range earlier this week, and he looked to be swinging it really well. Very, very neutral ball flight as well.
From
just
Australia,
flighting
David
it really well on the
Micheluzzi.
range.
From Australia, making his first appearance at the Open. Not the tallest of guys, but he does get it out there.
That one looks to be sitting pretty well as well.
At the end of the day, I'd like to know the stats. How many players have actually hit that first fairway?
It's got to be one of the toughest fairways to hit. Out of the first 6 guys of the day, I think one person hit the fairway for sure.
Yeah, that right side is so favourable there.
Well, this is for 3 birdies in a row for Wyndham Clark.
It would have been an absolute steal of a birdie if he had knocked that in where his second shot was, and the lie looked like he had. Didn't look too good, so I think he'd be happy if he rolls that in and walks off with par there.
Oh, speaking of a lie that doesn't look too good. Oh, that is fantastic. Man, there aren't too many other players in the world, Beef, that could have pulled that one off. You need the strength of Brooks Koepka right there, that's for sure.
Cam Smith putting for par again.
Oh, I mean, that's a great save from where he was. When you go right off that hole, I mean, it's literally 8-9 foot lower than the green. That's tricky.
Spieth at 16. Pay off another birdie to get the 3. Gorgeous. Boy, if it weren't for that double on the 8th, could be a completely different story. Nonetheless, he's still only 2 back.
He'll be delighted though, won't he? Because it was a poor week last week at Renaissance. Missed the cut in the Scottish Open. Back on form now. Fleetwood.
Stay away. That's beautiful. Boy, flighted that driver. You can see he's choking up a couple inches on that driver. He can play some shots.
Well, let's see what Marcel Siem can do here at the tough 9th.
Really? Come on, guys.
I think that could have been a lot worse.
I thought for sure it was going to be a lot worse based on the reaction.
Back to 14, this time Scheffler.
Decided to go with the 3-wood. That fairway slopes a little bit from left to right and reverse off the dog leg right to left. Good shot.
All right, to the 17th and Spieth.
Get down, get down, get down, sit.
Yeah, good shot there. It is just one of them holes that plays on your mind. You know, you know it's only probably a wedge or a 9-iron, but you know if you miss the green, you could be in such a problem if you miss it.
There's a lot of angst when that ball's in the air on the 17. Abraham Answer out of the bunker and in to the hole. Beautiful bunker shot there for Abraham Answer. It's him to 1 under. Let's take another look at that. Boy, a lot of speed to get it out of these over these revetted faces. That's just a bonus when it goes in.
Can Brooks Koepka capitalise on that wonderful shot from the rough at 14?
Oh, he's clearly misread that. Again, par's not terrible, but when you hit it that close, you really feel like you can steal a shot off the off everyone there.
Going back a few years, I remember the way he muscled it out of the rough at Bethpage Black. It was some performance from Koepka, now a 5-time major champion, of course. It is the amateur champion who continues to lead the way, though, here. Jordan Spieth closing in, 2 back, 2 holes to go. He's found the putting surface at 17. Here's Wyndham Clark. This at the par 3, 13th.
Looks like he's lined up for a cut there. Left.
Yeah, we haven't seen many people hitting it left to right on this hole. Everyone's been trying to draw it in there, but I guess if you're comfortable hitting a shape, then hit it.
These green to these certain tee shots sit kind of at odd angles around the entire golf course, subtly, and you've really got to figure out the shot you want to hit and be committed. Jason Day at 17. Well, it looks like a good line. Oh boy.
Oh no.
Oh boy. That is the pit of despair right there. That front bunker is just awful.
As we say at my home course in Hell's Kitchen.
Ugh. Oh, it'll be interesting to see what he can do from there. To Lowry at 12, meantime.
Ball's still not bouncing as much as I know I'd like to see. It's still pretty soft out there.
So the ball positions out here at 14 for Fleetwood, Scheffler and Scott. And Jamie Spence has caught up with the world #1 and Fleetwood and Scott.
Yeah, good afternoon. What a beautiful afternoon for a game of golf. It really is. Bit of breeze though, bit of breeze. Adam Scott has come out smelling the roses here. Went into the crowd, no one hurt, fortunately. Big shout for, that's what you should do. 210 he's got from a really good lie, but one of the most difficult holes on the golf course.
Yeah.
Go in.
Do you think, I mean, if it's on a low flight, is it a bit too hot?
I'm not worried about that anyway. Okay, honestly, not worried about it.
Yeah, I'm pretty straight in.
Straight in.
Can I just get a little bit of room here, please? Yeah, sorry, I just need to have a swing. Thanks.
Front left will be a good play here for Scott. Big run-off area to the right of this green, and that pin is cut tight to it as well. So left half of the green would be ideal, but it's a long way in from here, straight into the wind.
Oh, that's where he did not want it. That will challenge him for sure.
Scotty Scheffler found the middle of the fairway. Beautiful tee shot, 187. Playing near a 205 on this angle, straight back into this club and a bit breeze. Be a 5-iron for Scheffler. Keep it left.
My goodness.
It's so easily done though, isn't it? When you're trying to flight one, and all you got to do is just lean into it and just get the club a little bit behind and push it like that.
That one might be even tougher for Scotty Scheffler. Now Day at the 17th out of this cavernous bunker in the front. That revetted face in front of him, over 6 feet tall, and that is gorgeous. My goodness.
It's no Hell's Kitchen there, right?
Oh.
It's obviously the place to miss. Wonderful stuff from Day. Marcel Siem distracted off the tee. Outside chance of a 2 though here at 9.
It's one of them putts. If he had knocked that in and I was playing with him, I would have just turned around and be like, what was all the fuss about on the tee?
Better go buy that fan a pint. That went in.
To 13 and Cam Smith.
Oh, it's looking straight at it. Yeah, great shot. He's one of the few who's got it back to that pin today.
Well, that's what he did all Sunday afternoon, wasn't it, at St Andrews when he went on to win last year. Good tee shot from Jordan Spieth at the 17th. Can he find another one? Nearly, not quite.
Speed's been pretty good today for Jordan. For the most part with that putter, it usually is.
Back to the first. There is Dustin Johnson.
That's the middle of the 18th fairway.
That's on purpose, is it?
I don't think so.
No?
Yeah, there you go. You can see the grandstands down there just disappearing out of your picture at 18. Well, it's an interesting play.
Xander got a little lucky to stay in the shorter cut and not reach that fuzzier cut behind him. Pretty basic pitch here.
Yeah, nice touch there. Nice touch.
2 birdies, 2 bogeys today. All the rest pars for Schauffele to Scheffler.
Well, this is going to be difficult here. Short-sided. He's got to use the hill here, I would think, Beef.
100%.
That was always going to be difficult. He also had a false side right there.
I mean, it's so severe, that bank.
Couldn't afford to come up short. It was coming right back to his feet. And there's a great look at where these guys are and where Adam Scott is.
Different proposition here for Adam Scott. Putter all day long, but it's such a steep bank. It's a good 6.5 feet in front of him. So he's got to give it a good clunk to get at the top, but then it's downhill when he gets on the green. So to get the right speed, very difficult. Line's not so bad.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Some touch, that is. That's so easy to just overhit it and end up 10, 15 foot past.
Well, that'll be good enough for par, so Adam Scott will remain a 1 under. Meanwhile, to Wyndham Clark. Almost 60 feet of green to cover. And once again to 14, and this a par putt, Jamie, for Scheffler.
Yeah, he left himself nothing down there, really. The issue was the lie in the semi-rough there. It was just sitting down there, so he had to make sure he got it up there. Not a bad shot. Yeah, Teddy's caddy just pointed just outside the left. There's quite a bit of break on this for Scheffler. We've seen him hold so many of these over the last few years. But it's got a bit of break on that good foot, this. Depends how he sees it, dying it in. Biggest galleries of the day with this group so far.
I think he hit it where he wanted to. It's just a little bit of a misread.
After a great start, it's just slipping away at the moment for the world number 1 to Cam Smith. Good chance here to get it back to level par.
Just looked a bit firm, a bit too much pace for that line there.
Well, what a shot from Fleetwood. Couldn't have put it in a better spot here. Really couldn't. What a cheer. We'll go up. If this knocks in, it's got to be off the right, this one. Just a little bit uphill. Quite slow because it's into the wind as well. You have to factor that in a little bit this afternoon, especially on a putt like this. So it needs to be struck firmly here from Fleetwood.
This would be stealing one here, Jamie, if this is the second hole, hardest hole on the golf course today.
Straight in the middle. He's got to be absolutely loving it out here. Around here, right near where he lives.
If I'm Tommy, I turned my phone off, though, this week, without a doubt. We'll pick it up on Monday.
And he's got a couple of par fives to come, hasn't he? Fleetwood
Yes, he
now within 2 of the lead. Matt Fitzpatrick.
He's going to grind. You know that.
Yeah, again, another player won't really get too phased. If he can make 3 or 4 up the last, it turns it into a decent day.
Into a save, for sure. He saved his championship.
His younger brother Alex, of course, has qualified to play at the Open, so they're all sharing a house together, the Fitzpatrick family.
Nice save. For when you don't want to 3-putt that, just give one away.
To the tough 10th hole and the second shot here for Marcel C.
You can't see the green from where he's hitting from, and that's a great shot there. It makes it so much more difficult when it's blind and you can't see the green or flag or get too much perception. And there's a few houses behind the back where he's probably picked something out there.
And the 8th, Antoine Orozner to move into that group at 3 under par. You played much with him at Beef?
I'm not sure I have played with him. Not that I can remember, no.
3-time winner out on the DP World Tour. Of course, you've been injured lately, so you haven't played too much golf, but he's a quality player. Here's Fleetwood.
Driver brings in the left bunkers, should take out the right-hand ones, 2 either side of this fairway.
That was a beautiful golf swing right there.
Absolutely perfect.
And he will definitely have a go at that with this wind direction today.
Yeah, it's a hole to attack, no doubt about it, 602 yards, but it is down the breeze, so it's easily reachable for these players. And what a drive from Fleetwood. And a driver for Scott as well. Be trying to peel it off those left bunkers here.
He's begging.
I don't want to say anything. It's good now.
Yeah. You never know, do you? Until it stops rolling.
Yeah, we don't want to be calling them too early, do we? We'll have a letter through the post. Driver for Scheffler. Soft shoe shuffle. Watch this feet. Watch this action. The hip movement. Get out of the way of it. Hit it hard.
Right down the middle!
There you go. Take that, you two. Well, Bob McIntyre needs to start turning things around and quickly as well. He's 3 over par at the moment.
Oh, and that's not going to be much easier on right up against that cut.
And you can't help but think that it must have taken so much of it out of him last week, so much energy.
Yeah, that him coming back from that 66 at the Scottish Open definitely took something out of him for sure. Getting in contention and almost having a chance to win.
It's that adrenaline, you know, you're going through Sunday and you're so pumped up and you can feel so flat the next week.
Schauffele on the tee at 14. Again, just going with the 3-wood. Wind off the left. Trying to draw it. We're at 173 mile an hour ball speed with the 3-wood.
Well, let's catch up once again with Nikolai Højgaard, the maiden Himalayan champion. I beg your pardon, it was his brother, wasn't it? He won that late in the day when you got up as early as I did. Anyway, he does roll that in for a birdie. I think I got that right.
Dom, I was going to ask, how do you tell those guys apart?
Well, it's very difficult. We've all made that mistake at some stage.
I can imagine. Oh, that one's got to settle.
Hey, right.
He talked about it, that this was going to be the club that was going to make or break him this week. He's going to have to get the tee ball in play here.
Get the feeling there might be a range session after play today for Cam. To the 18th tee and Jordan Spieth.
Trying to get that wind to move it back. Might need a bounce, might need a couple of bounces.
That's the only shape I see off there, though. Straight down the left and try and use the wind and cut it back. That out of bounds to the right is so tight.
It's 6 paces off the right of that fairway.
Yeah, they moved it 20 yards closer to the fairway since the last edition was staged here in 2014, the edition that Rory McIlroy, of course, won, and he will be out this afternoon, 3 o'clock-ish local start for Rory. So just 17 players under par at the moment.
You guys a little surprised by the scores?
No, I thought when I've had a walk, it looked tricky to me. It looked like the golf course gives you a lot of options where you can lay it short of bunkers, leave yourself longer shots in, which is effectively going to make it harder, but you're not bringing any bunkers into play, or you can take 1 or 2 on. I think it offers so many different options to play. I thought it was quite tricky.
Well, I wonder whether Dustin Johnson played from the 18th fairway into the first in practice.
I just don't think I've ever seen him hit it that far left before.
Yeah, and I know why you asked me. Was that on purpose?
You shot me straight down on that.
I don't think it was. I honestly don't. It might have been, though. We'll have to ask DJ at the end of the round. Oh, my goodness. He doesn't want that one again.
Wow. I reckon you had, what, 2 yards to land that in?
About the size of a hula hoop.
Well, Shane Lowry has misleft on 13.
That is very unlike Shane. Those are some of the best hands in the game. You don't see that, but that's what that rough can do.
Up to 15, and this is an eagle putt for Hideki Matsuyama.
Great putt there. That was looking on a good line the whole way as well. And it's one of them, if that goes in, all of a sudden you just leap straight up into 2 under.
Marcel Siem has this one to move within 1. Oh, Marcel.
No shame for a 4 on 10, that's for sure. You take 4 of those and run to 11 all week.
Brooks Koepka, this for a 4 at the par 5 15th.
He's bringing it back nicely on this back 9.
Yeah, I was going to say he's gonna lay around. There's no doubt he's not gonna go very far. And he knows it's going to get more and more difficult as the weather comes in, potentially. Dustin is where he ended up. Coming up over that brow right there. Good putt. Looks like he might get away with a par here at the first.
Would have been a heck of a birdie, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Well, he's won the US Open, he's won the Masters. He'd love to win the Open. Came close, didn't he, at Royal St George's. And Darren Clark won Matsuyama for the 2-putt birdie at 15, so he moves it under par as well.
They're always pretty nice, stress-free birdie they look like to me.
Yes, and today is just a day, don't shoot yourself out of it, because this is probably going to be the best weather day we get this week. Just don't shoot yourself out of it today. Just hang around that even 1 under, 1 over.
Do you think that plays on your mind when you play 9? If there's going to be bad weather, it puts more pressure to get off to a good start?
I think in the back of your mind, you know what's going on absolutely for the week weather-wise.
Scott from 250 straight down the wind, though. Won't be playing anything like it. Playing about the 200 mark. Tight entrance to this 15th green, though, this par 5.
Just have to avoid that pot bunker that he just kind of started right over. Oh, yeah. Excellent. Excellent, excellent shot.
To the 4th, and Christian Bezuidenhout.
Lovely again. He's another real chilled out, calm fella.
Got to be a great player to win at Valderrama, haven't you, Beef?
That's from 250 for Fleetwood. Just trying a little soft draw off the right.
Ooh, that's some thicker rough over there. That should be all right. We can see it from here, which is good, Jamie.
Yeah, it's not good if you miss it over there, really. Huge drive. Scheffler, 236. I mean, 6-iron. Might be a 7 down this wind. Slightly off the right, but there's a good club and a half behind him here, and if he knocks it up in there, you can add a bit more for that as well. He's got a pitch about 10 short here, Scheffler.
Yes, Scotty!
Excellent leave. I think he was right in between clubs there, and I think he went with the right one, trying to carry the shorter club as far as he possibly could and use that wind to his advantage.
Does that bunker that sits 30 yards just short of the green, when it's downwind like that, you have to play a game of chicken there to get it to the front edge.
Oh boy. This looks... Oh my goodness. Welcome to Royal Liverpool, Wyndham Clark. Take another look at this. This is the worst lie I've seen all day anywhere on the golf course, and look at that. That is a strong young man, and he moved it about 5 feet.
That was like a hockey player firing into the back of the putt. see.
See if he's taken. Yeah, it's absolutely perfect. I think he's taken that ridge out, so he's not going to have too far in.
He's got a lot of love and respect from his fellow pros, hasn't he? Had to go back to the Challenge Tour when he lost his card on the DP World Tour. It started this season on a qualifying school card. Changed all that with a victory in India. Here we go again.
Oh boy.
I mean, that's what that rough can do. You draw one horror lie like that, and what you're concerned about is when it moves a yard, is this lie just as bad?
Up to 18. Sepp Straka from Austria. Hello. Hello.
Oh, come on. You've got to be kidding me. That was one right there that Seve Ballesteros would have been proud of.
There would have been anxiety as that's going into the bank and just trickling over the hill for that split second.
Look at this. I mean, talk about the exact trajectory, spin, landing it in the right spot. My goodness. Incredible skill.
Made a 7 at the 15th. He's birdied the last for a round of 71. Well done to Sepp Straka. Here's Fleetwood short of the green at 15, Jamie.
Got a great lie. There's some thick stuff down there, right in my book. Don't go right, but he's pulled a doozy here, Fleetwood, and it's a pretty simple up and down. Really just lob it on the top and let it release. Could even hold it. Expect him to get up and down here.
Well done.
Well, he's going to walk up, tap that one in. He'll move to 4 under par, within 1 of Lamprecht, the top.
Flying over the universe. So
We'll head over to
what's the play?
18.
Wood.
Jordan Spieth was bunkered off the tee.
It lands past the hole, right?
It's down off the left, yeah.
And it's what front? What am I to the hole?
266.
3-wood lands over the green and just gets way back there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I hear you.
Just send it over and come backwards for par. I don't think I have like a good number to be able to, like if I had 4-iron, I would like it. I think 3 is in the bunkers.
You have to split them, yeah. You have to split those bunkers.
Yeah, mainly off the left.
You're just finishing anywhere.
I mean, over Smiley's good, or that's not Smiley.
No, left of that.
I think ideally it's over the pin, Michael.
Yes, that's
I don't
what I'm
want to be
saying.
left of the pin.
Yes.
All right. Straight off the left, a little help.
It's quartering.
Okay, all right.
Always clear of thought. And the discussion with he and Greller's fantastic discussions those guys have. So I'm going to play it backwards, Beef. Get it over the green and try to get up and down from there, it sounds like.
Yeah, I mean, it's you can't be short where this pin is.
Ooh. That one could be tricky.
It might just be far enough just to miss that trap to be able to let it run up onto the green.
Back to 15 this time, Scotty Scheffler. He's out with a putter from the French. This is for an eagle 3. Well, Cam Smith in another awkward spot, this time at the 14th.
Boy, that was a long way long of that green.
Must be just a big flyer off the second shot.
Had to be out of that left rough.
And over to 15, and Let's see if Adam Scott can make the eagle. This would move him to 3 under.
Again, I like to call them stress-free birdies there. Is it 2 great shots, and tapping 4, can't be disappointed with that.
To 11. Marcel seems second at this par 4.
Yeah, this is a pin you can get at. Just let it drift on the wind.
Now, and to your point, Beef, he took the chance. He took the chance, drove it up there in the narrow part of the fairway, and was rewarded with a visual and a wedge.
When I had a walk, I thought that's the only option you can do. I thought you got to take it on, get over, give yourself a good chance.
Well, Scheffler would have hoped to have been a little bit closer than this, but it is for birdie of 15. And the world number 1 is back to level par.
You know, when that first putt, and after he missed the short one, it can really kind of play on your mind, and he might be worried about pace on that first putt.
So the continuing adventures of Cam Smith at the 14th.
Stop it. Is this guy, he can make, I'll tell you what, he's never out of a hole with that club, is he? Never. Just incredible.
You call that regulation 4?
Yeah, that looked like a 4 all the way.
It is the most magic of magic wands, isn't it? Look at this.
Dead centre.
Time
Perfect
it again.
speed.
460 this 16th. What a great finish to this golf course. I think he's flushed it, might go a bit left. Missed the bunkers though.
It just depends on the lie.
Yeah, worst case, even if it's not great, he can run it up that green a little bit as well, as long as it's not in the bunker.
Can't believe that this is for bogey. He's been struggling on 14. Needs it. How about it? How about the par and the bogey from those guys in that group? My goodness.
Yeah, that's a bogey that'll feel much better than that.
Scott, with the driver here on this brilliant 16th hole. What a strong hold is at the end of a round. 280 to the right-hand bunker. That one.
Oh man, it is so difficult when you got a long hole into wind, and sometimes all you're seeing is 2 bunkers either side, and it's such a tricky tee shot.
You're aiming at that one as well, Beef, aren't you, really? That one up the right.
100%, yeah. I'd be trying to just draw it off of them traps.
I wasn't sure they could reach it. I know they can now. This man can, no doubt about it. Just got to hit a good shot. It's as simple as that on 16. Something spooked him in the crowd, a shadow or noise or something. It's typical Hoyle. There's two sort of, they position the bunkers so well here. There's one short down the left, one long up the right. You can't avoid them all.
They're staggered perfectly, aren't they?
Aren't they just?
Four left! Four left!
Well, that is a long way left. He could get a break here because that's where the spectators have trampled down the long grass. And it looks like he's okay to Spieth at 18.
Let's see if he left himself anything here. Wow. That's pretty special, actually, considering that lie. No green to work with on a downslope.
He's made that look so easy.
I tell you, the guy's, he's a genius around the greens. He's so fun to watch.
But he has got that one for a closing par, hasn't he, at the 18th. Jordan Spieth, there he is, in amongst the 3 unders, 2 back of our leader. It's still Christo Lamprecht, the amateur champion, in front. Fleetwood closing. Well, it's been a terrific morning. Good-looking leaderboard. We've got plenty more to come as well, including Rory McIlroy out this afternoon. Cantley 1 under 3 to play. The US Open champions done well to make bogey there at 14. And just to whet your appetite, coming later on, what, at just about 10 to 3, local time, Victor Hovland with Tony Finau and Justin Thomas. After that, it is McIlroy with John Rahm. So the world numbers 2 and 3 play together, and Justin Rose as well. Colin Morikawa, who won at St George's in 2021, plays with Max Homa and Tyrrell Hatton. And then about 11 minutes later, we have the man who won at Muirfield in 2013, Phil Mickelson, with Nick Taylor, the Canadian Open champion, and Adam Schenk from the United States. We're going to change things up once again in the commentary box as we go to Cam Smith on the tee at the par 5 15. Thomas Bjorn is back with Andrew Beef Johnston. And Alison Whittaker is also going to be joining us as well.
He's having one of them days with the woods where you just cannot find the fairway.
Well, here's a look at Antoine Rosner on the 10th, leaving the flag in. Well, he never really got online. Oh, the speed there from Rosner. As we head up to 18. And Jordan Spieth.
I'd say it's a good score, but that can leave a bit of a sour taste in your mouth finishing there when you're teeing it up on 18, thinking, come on, let's make a 4 here, and come on 4 under and make it a real great day.
Well, it's improvement on the other majors this year for Jordan Spieth, tied 5th at the moment. There's a lot of golf to be played, obviously, today. But it's a good round of golf. It's a good start. You can only play your way out of it on Thursday.
I'm looking kind of in the middle of that bush there, just right to the pin.
Perfect, Scotty. Okay. Perfect. Nice full commitment with this. Come on.
Had to come out sideways, Scott, a rotten lie. So what a chance. This pin's just on top of a ridge, however, tough to get close to for Scott. Straight back into the wind.
Very non-committal shot from Adam Scott there. It's unlike him.
2 great lies down the left-hand side, Fleetwood and Scheffler. Oh. Honestly, couldn't get better than this. 182. The rough's not too bad down that left-hand side, you know. Far worse up the right. Well, players will be thinking of that later in the week. 182 for Fleetwood. It is a bit of a jumper, and that'll help him into the wind. He can just pitch this 10 on it, or it will release off this lie.
that's a great shot. That is, again, it's a difficult one to judge coming out. Is it going to jump? Is it not? It wouldn't be taking that again.
This is Marcel's sim for birdie. This is to go to 4 under par. Oh, that looked a little bit sensitive, that short backstroke. That doesn't work with that long putter.
And Scheffler from an even better lie, a bit further left, but no problem whatsoever into this breeze.
Hold still, please.
Yeah, solid shot there. I mean, sometimes definitely in tournament golf you are better off hitting it a bit further offline. You've got Adam Scott that's come out sideways out of the bunker, and Scheffler's hit it a long way offline, and he's got a miles better lie.
Why don't we take a look at the last 4 drives of Cameron Smith on the way in. Said he'd never been hitting it better than he was coming into this week. You can see there's a pattern emerging down that left-hand side.
Sometimes, you know, obviously it's such fine margins, and if he's played in a bit of wind, that can change something, and all of it might be a slight tweak to go and change on the range after.
Well, here he is out of the rough, trying to chase it down there with a bit of a jump on 15. That's into a good spot, just laying up. The good thing for Cam Smith is they're all the same way. I think as a player it's nice when they're at least the same way, then you kind of have an idea of what you need to change. If it was both ways, you'd be much more worried.
This is for par for Shane Lowry to stay at level. Poor chip to here, poor chip by his standards. But a good putt in the end to match it, at least, to make up for it. So he stays 5 shots back. Over to Wyndham Clark.
Second shot, 15. See the 242 to the hole. See if he can chase it up there. Oh, that's an awful bounce. That's very unfortunate. That was a good shot. Still not a bad place to be. Lots of greens to work with.
Yeah, lovely there. Straight in the middle.
2 birdies in a row to Adam Scott quickly.
Yeah, up the slope for Scott. He's good at those, isn't he, Adam Scott? Huge hospitality right behind him. Absolutely rammed watching this group.
They've been great all week. There was actually almost a viewing party in the bottom of the hotel this morning. About 50 people watching the golf. The way that Liverpool has embraced the Open, like they did when Rory McIlroy was triumphant here in 2014. There's a great vibe to it, the city, this week.
Yep, there is people everywhere. You go, come for the Open. Is that a bit of you, Thomas?
It was very dark in his room this morning when he put that on, I think.
A couple of characters in here, a couple out there as well.
Having a bit of a crack with the guys here. These Liverpudlians have got a sense of humour. I had one caddy for me for about 5 years. Now, big putt here for the world number 1, and I think he's just overread him so far. Just looks like he's left a few on the top side to me. This is a little bit right to left. Back into the breeze a little bit.
Yeah, Jamie Calder there, a little bit into the breeze, just didn't quite hit it hard enough. Good line. Battling to get under par.
This is where usually Cam is deadly.
Oh, good for distance. He might have looked to hit that a little bit closer than that.
Biggest cheer of the day. This goes in. This hospitality unit will go mad if this knocks in. Just a touch of left to right. Down the hill for Fleetwood.
He's due one of them. He's hit so many good putts from mid-range. That was due.
A trio of birdies when Tommy Fleetwood joins the lead at 5 under par. He said earlier in the week, thank you to Matthew Jordan for taking the local player pressure off him. Just 30 miles from where he grew up. Tommy Fleetwood in Southport.
I think you'll find that that local player pressure grows this afternoon when he comes off the golf course. Look at that. They love their sport up here, and it's obviously one of the biggest football cities in the world, but they all get together behind their favourite golfer, Tommy Fleetwood.
Let's get on to Marcel Siem, second from the right rough at 12.
Yeah, up the hill here. Just a little bit tricky. I think that just jumped on him. Turned the blade a little bit, and now we got trouble.
Won't be long now, you'll be tasting beer.
These are ones you just want to knock in and get off this hole. Hasn't been the best hole for him.